Absolutely. I always say I am not defined by my successes. I'm defined by my failures because I had to overcome those failures to get to where I finally did. And I failed a lot more than I've ever succeeded at stuff. Um, I talked to every senior high school class in Knox County at the start of the school year. And I always tell them that I think the one thing that separates people who are successful, and when I say successful, I'm not talking about making lots of money or anything like that. I'm just talking about living a life that you're content with, that fulfills you, that you feel you're making a contribution. And that's going to be different for everybody, and no one should judge what success is. You're the only person that can do that. But nevertheless, what separates people who have successful lives from people who don't is the successful people simply don't stop until they get what they want. And yes, you see that all throughout every story is the setbacks and the obstacles. That's really what life is all about, is overcoming those. And if you quit, if you get knocked down, when I hurt my knee, I mean, I was ready to throw in the towel, like pretty much on life at that point, because that's all I ever wanted to do. And I'd worked so hard to put myself in a position to just prove that I could do it. I never got that chance. Life just literally ripped it away from me. And life isn't fair. Stuff like that happens. It happens to people. Much worse things happen to people all the time. But at a point, I was like, man, I either I'm gonna go on and I'm gonna do what I want to do with my life, or life is just gonna happen. It's just gonna occur whether I choose to participate or not. And there are some people that do that. They just life just kind of happens to them. And I overcame that, and then other stuff along the way. And then finally, man, I just got lucky and got a break. And the great thing, though, is that's all you need, is that one break, and it can change your entire life. And the thing that I think is really important to remember, too, though, is the wonderful thing about a place like America is that because of the free enterprise system, and because that we can utilize our talents in different ways, and really our only limitation is our imagination, you can make it here because you'll get those opportunities. You'll create those opportunities for yourself. There's a lot of places around the world you're never going to get that. Wherever you're born, that's where you're going to stay. And we forget about that. We take that for granted. I remember years ago, I was in Washington, D.C., I was in a cab talking to the cab driver. He was from Africa. We get stuck in traffic. I'm like, having a nice conversation. Finally, I'm like, man, what are you doing here? Like, you left your family, you left everything to move here to drive a cab. And he said, man, I'm not going to be driving this cab forever. I'm going to save my money, and I'm going to buy another cab. Then I'm going to buy another cab. I'm going to have a whole fleet of cabs. And he says, because this is America and anyone can make it here. That dude left his family, left everything, and moved here to drive a cab. And then you have people that are born in this country and have all these opportunities and fuss and complain because their life doesn't turn out like they want to. So yeah, to me, that's it. Is just don't ever give up, and you just keep on going. And hard work plays a big part in that. Resiliency plays a big part in that. But in the end, it's the stubbornness. You ain't going to quit until you get where you want to go. And I really believe anyone can do that.